Right now, a triple threat to your health. How doctors say you should prepare for the upcoming flu season this fall.
And it's Black Restaurant Week in Madison. How one entrepreneur is using the opportunity to give back to the community and commemorate his mother.
And the rain has spread into the Madison area. In fact, we're picking up some heavier downpours just to the west. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's a rainy one at that. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynch. Thanks for waking up with us. You are waking up to an alert day in store for your Monday. The radar just really lighting up this morning.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of those reds indicating some heavier downpours moving into western parts of Dane County, just to the west of Middleton. As it's lined up right along the Wisconsin River Valley, Lone Rock, Dodgeville seeing some of that heavier rain up through Prairie to Sac, Sauk City seeing some of the heavier reds. Here in the Madison area, it's been generally light, but as you get into Middleton areas to the west, that's where it really starts to pick up. So right now, south side of Madison, not too much, but as you go to the west of Middleton, up there toward the Wisconsin River Valley, that's where you're seeing some of the reds. That's indicating some really heavy downpours, ponding of water on some of those roads. Take it easy for the morning commute because it could cause some slick conditions out there on some of those roads this morning as it continues to come down. Due to the rain coming down at a good clip, we do have a first warn alert day. Some locations, when all is said and done, 2 to 4 inches of rain could cause some flooding, not only on the roads, but also some of the rivers could be rising. That'll continue right through the evening, even though most of the rain will start to taper off later this afternoon. Well, we got an update here in Madison, 62 degrees, 62 in the Dell, 63 in Lone Rock. Steady rains throughout the morning hours. Occasionally, we'll see some heavier downpours right through the noon hour. As we get into late afternoon hours, as you're headed home from work, some of this will become a little bit more scattered, but some of these rivers still rising, and obviously some ponding of water on some of those roads. So commuting today could be a little bit hectic. Make sure you keep those lights on while it's raining throughout the afternoon. Those showers should continue through the evening hours. Better weather in our forecast tomorrow. We'll talk more about it coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story this morning, the number of people killed in Hawaii's wildfire is at 96. That makes it the deadliest fire in U.S. history for more than a century. Entire communities are destroyed. Thousands of buildings burnt to the ground. You can see in this video. Crews are still battling flare-ups across the scorched city of Lahaina. Hawaii Governor Josh Green called the natural disaster the deadliest the state has ever experienced. Now, we're helping you find ways to help those affected by the fires this morning. The American Red Cross is in Maui offering support. You can go to their website or text Red Cross to 9999 to donate just $10 to the cause. There are a number of other donation spots you can check out, too. Those include the Maui Strong Fund, the Maui United Way, and the Maui Food Bank. All of these are listed up on channel3000.com, making it easy for you to donate this morning.
6:02 now. With fall quickly approaching, health officials say you should start thinking now about vaccines for multiple respiratory illnesses.
Shane Hogan is here with recommendations from doctors to help stay healthy this fall. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. That's right. States across the country, including here in Wisconsin, are bracing for a possible trifecta of respiratory viruses this fall. That includes COVID-19, the flu, and RSV. Major pharmacy chains have already started rolling out appointments for flu and RSV vaccines, and an updated COVID-19 booster could be ready by the end of next month. The message from health officials is to get your vaccines early with the goal of getting your shots before Halloween. Now, if you're looking to get your vaccines sooner rather than later, there are many options out there for you. Pharmacies and your doctor's offices, they continue to offer those vaccines, as well as stores like Walgreens and CVS. At Walgreens, anyone 3 or older can get a flu shot at the pharmacy, and adults 60 and older are eligible for the RSV vaccine. Those chains say they will offer new COVID-19 boosters once they're available as well. So some good reminders as we approach the fall to get those shots.
Good time to be thinking about it. Shane, thank you very much. 6:03 now. Janesville police say they're nearly done with their investigation into a former high school coach who was arrested for filming students in a locker room. Police arrested 38-year-old Brian Kitzman after they found a camera in a girls' locker room at Janesville Craig High. Police say the former track and cross-country coach admitted to recording at least 18 students. Police arrested Kitzman back in May. They have not said the total number of students they believe Kitzman has victimized quite yet. Kitzman previously served as a boys and girls swim coach at the same high school.
Wisconsin Republicans are getting involved in the ballot drop box lawsuit. The party filed a motion to intervene in the suit, which seeks to reverse a 2022 state Supreme Court decision. That decision banned the use of ballot drop boxes in the state. Then last month, a Democratic law firm filed a new suit. Wisconsin GOP Executive Director Mark Jefferson says ballot drop box has destabilized people's confidence in the system. In an interview with News 3 Now's For the Record, Jefferson said that he believes this could deter people from voting early or at all.
We want to stomp that out. We want to have basic protections so that people can feel confident when they're voting early, that their vote's going to count, that people are going to handle ballots properly, and that they can feel good about the results.
Advocates for ballot drop boxes say the court's 2022 ruling restricts voters' opinions and hurts older and disabled voters. For that full interview with Jefferson, head to channel3000.com.
President Biden will be in Milwaukee tomorrow. The president will be visiting the city to talk about his economic plan to grow the economy, quote, from the middle out and bottom up. The visit comes just a week ahead of the first Republican primary debate. That's also taking place in Milwaukee. This visit also follows Vice President Kamala Harris's stop in southeastern Wisconsin about a week ago. Harris talked about broadband expansion, touting the administration's billion-dollar investment to expand high-speed internet across Wisconsin.
The University of Wisconsin continuing to honor late former Chancellor Becky Blank. The university's Carbone Cancer Center dedicated its 10th annual Roll and Stroll for pancreas cancer to Blank, who died of the cancer this year. A record-breaking crowd came to the fundraiser, which took place at the Capitol Brewery patio. More than 600 people walked, ran, biked, and strolled their way on one of 4 routes.
It's just amazing support that we're having because we do not have so many survivors. They're not here to speak out about what they're going through with pancreas cancer. So we have all these people that can spread the word, and hopefully that can change those numbers, help some of those researchers find earlier detection.
If you missed yesterday's event and you want to help out and fund the fight against pancreatic cancer, just head to our website for details on donating.
It is Black Restaurant Week in the Madison area. The event highlights Black entrepreneurs in the restaurant business and beyond. Through the 20th of this month, you can experience specials and features from more than 35 Black-owned restaurants, food carts, and caterers. But this is about more than just food. Participating entrepreneur Will Green's pizza business also serves as a youth engagement nonprofit. His restaurant and nonprofit are all in honor of his mother.
It was a mission after the loss of my mom. She passed from breast cancer. Her name was Muriel Pipkins. So I took the M and the P and I created Mentoring Positive.
You can check out Green's business, Muriel's Place, and others throughout the week. On the event's final day, a Restaurant Week Jamboree will be taking place at Feed Kitchens on North Sherman Avenue. For more information about participating restaurants and the week in general, you can head to the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce's website.
More teens are depressed compared to 10 years ago. The U.S. Surgeon General says social media is part of the problem. In today's Consumer Reports, we have some simple steps to help teens take back control of social media.
Public health experts are sounding the alarm over the potential risks of social media usage and teen mental health. Findings from the Pew Research Center show nearly all American teens go online to engage with their peers every day, and half report going online almost constantly. At the same time, nearly 3 in 5 teen girls report feeling so sad or hopeless they can't participate in daily activities. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it's the highest percentage of teens experiencing these feelings in the past decade.
You're online, you're absorbed into another world. Like, the world is very blurred from reality, and you can be on it for indefinite periods of time. The phone is so addicting that people can't be without it.
Dr. Scott Crocker, a New York-based psychiatrist, says some teens spend between 6 and 8 hours a day on screens, much of it on social media. The good news is the American Psych Association reports that teens who cut their social media use by 50% for a few weeks felt better about their weight and overall appearance. Controlling when and for how long apps are used can play a part in creating healthy habits.
Both iOS and Android offer pretty robust parental controls options. So if you don't want your teen using a certain app, go into the settings and say, okay, I don't want this app being used after 8 p.m. or 9 p.m.
Shutting off the Wi-Fi is also an option. Here's a general guide. Find your router's IP address and access the admin controls. Look for time scheduling or parental controls section. There, you can set up a Wi-Fi schedule for your devices. Remember, you can set up all devices in your home to follow one schedule or set a different schedule for each device. Dr. Krakauer says the limits to screen time can pay off. This is Shane Hogan.
Parents can also establish tech-free zones in certain rooms of the house or during specific periods of the day. Also, modeling that kind of behavior you want to see in your child can lead to some pretty positive changes, too.
It is 6:10 now. Coming up in sports, we're less than 3 weeks away from the return of Badger football. What the new starting quarterback is saying about the team heading into the season.
And rain and a lot of it headed through southern Wisconsin. We'll have the first warn alert day coming up in just a bit.
Good morning, folks. I'm Josh Breiter. They are on the job every day to keep us safe, but they can't do it without your help. The fun way you can support Madison's Canines in the 608.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
With Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk, you'll want to savor every moment. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and of course, it's delicious. Fairlife.
Introducing Ned's Plaque Psoriasis.
Ned, what are you wearing?
He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Ned?
It can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing it for nearly a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla had depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Only a wise and lucky few understand the amazing benefits of real sauna bathing. Leisure Concepts has Finnish and infrared saunas that set up in a flash and will get you through winter happy and healthy. Now watch closely to see my favorite part of sauna bathing. Get to Leisure Concepts on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. It's 6:13. In the 608 this morning, we're featuring a local canine and his handler.
Josh Breiter's here with how we can help them help us and keep our community safe, Josh.
Yeah, very important story here, guys. We're talking about an opportunity here to help out local law enforcement, specifically those canine officers you may have seen working hard to keep your neighborhood safe. One of those is Canine Rocco with Madison Police. I had the chance to meet Canine Rocco and learn that Rocco and the 7 other canines with MPD are supported by the City of Madison Police Canine and Equine Partners, Inc., otherwise known as Capital Canines. This is a nonprofit 501c3 volunteer-run organization supporting the expansion and maintenance of the entire MPD canine unit.
Right now, about 85% of all canine units across America are funded by the taxpayer fund base, but here in Madison, we started this 19 years ago, paying for the dogs, and it's continued. Now it's a pretty large program. It costs us about $100,000 to provide the city with one dog for its lifetime. And they can work for probably 5, 6, 7 years, depending on circumstances and the dog.
Since 2004, they've provided all of the funding, yes, all of the funding for the Madison Police Department K-9 program, except for the officers themselves. Through community fundraising, Capital K-9 supports the K-9, the squad car, vet services, protective equipment, and K-9 safety equipment. It's important to note taxpayer funds are not used at all for these expenditures. It's all community fundraising. So coming up next Monday, August 21st, that's 1 week from today, Capital K-9 is hosting their first golf outing at Lake Windsor Country Club. They're still in need of golfers for their event. There's also going to be raffles, silent auctions, and K-9s will be there doing demonstrations to showcase their remarkable talents. Even if you can't be there that day, they are always looking for your support. You can donate year-round. I have a link to this up on channel3000.com. It is super easy. In our next half hour, we're going to learn and meet about K9 Rocco's handler and hear why Rocco needs even more of your support in the future, guys. A lot of things I think a lot of folks at home are probably like, wow, I did not realize that this is all through community fundraising. Madison is one of the few agencies across the country that it's like this. A lot of that is actually taxpayer funded. Madison is not. So that's why your help is needed so importantly here, guys.
And 7 K-9s, $100,000 for the lifetime of their service.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. So
a lot of money.
Yeah, check out the link for the golf outing next week. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
All right, back to the big story of the day, and that is some heavy rain moving through the viewing area right before the morning rush.
Yes, it's already starting to pond on the roadways this morning. We are looking at pretty heavy rain, especially just the west of Madison. In fact, as we look at some of the rainfall rates, we're looking at 1 to as much as 2 inches per hour. That's how hard it's coming down as you go from Dodgeville up through Prairie du Sac, Mount Horeb area. You're seeing some of that heavy rain as well. Everything's moving on to the north and east, and that's where that band of heavier rains falling right along the Wisconsin River Valley right now, basically just to the west of downtown Madison. Middleton's starting to see some of that heavier rain. Waunakee's seeing some of that heavy rain as well. So we can expect pretty solid rain throughout the morning hours, occasionally some heavier downpours, obviously causing some ponding of water on those roadways, causing some slick conditions, so allow some extra time on your way to work. I want to take a look at some of the rainfall amounts that we did see in some areas, as you can see up toward Prairie du Sac, also right along the Wisconsin River Valley down toward Dodgeville. That band already 1 to 1.5 inches. So some heavier rains already falling on the west side of Dane County into Iowa and Sauk County. So first warn alert day because of that flood threat. That'll be ongoing throughout the afternoon, even into the evening. Even though most of the rain's going to come this morning into the early afternoon hours, some of these rivers will likely continue to rise with some of that runoff right through the evening. You got to remember, this is hitting the area that really needs the rain. We don't need it coming down this hard. But our drought monitor that came in last week has that extreme drought right where we're getting some of that heaviest of rain falling right now. And that's where we're going to expect some of the heaviest rain, basically from Madison areas to the north, 1 to as much as 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain for some localized spots. So that's what's going to cause some of the flooding. Obviously, we need the rain. We just don't need it to come down in such a hurry. So most of it coming down this morning. Into the early afternoon hours, it should become a little bit more scattered as we go into the evening hours. As we only get up to 67, our average high is 80. So count on this rain to be pretty widespread throughout all of the state, really. We're getting some beneficial rains, but we will clear out tomorrow. And it looks like some summer-like temperatures are expected later in the week. Right now it's 62 in Madison, 61 in Mineral Point, all of us in the 60s. So the rain pretty widespread through the early afternoon hours. You can see on as you plan your day, the rain pretty widespread through the early afternoon, but becoming a little bit more scattered as you're headed home from work, but still some ponding of water on some of those roadways, along with some rising rivers. So first warn alert day because of the flood threat today, only in the 60s. We were back in the 70s. Tomorrow, 80s for the Wednesday, and maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Looks like the weekend's going to be really warm, feeling like summer, upper 80s to around 90.
19 days. That's what separates us from an unprecedented amount of hype and finally seeing what this new-look Badgers football team can do on the field. For starting quarterback Tanner Mordecai, this isn't his first go-around, though. This is his 6th fall camp at his 3rd different school. So after a few weeks of camp, how does he see his squad?
I mean, I'm fired up. I'm fired up to play with these guys. These guys mean a lot to me. This culture, this program means so much to me, and yeah, I can't wait to do this thing with them. I think in this fall camp we've grown together. I think that was something that we took away from Platteville, just team bonding, growing closer.
To the ice, where a trio of national championships from the Wisconsin women's hockey team were selected to the USA Hockey Collegiate Select Team. Wearing stars and stripes will be Vivian Jungles, Casey O'Brien, and Kirsten Sims, who scored the game winner in the national championship game. And after back-to-back gruesome season-ending injuries, Wisconsin junior tight end Clay Cundiff medically retired from football yesterday. In a statement on X, he said, "I have proudly put pads on my jersey since 1st grade, but now my body is begging me to hang up my cleats." April 1986. That's the last time the Brewers swept the Chicago White Sox. Yesterday, they'd try to break a streak that's almost twice as old as me. Freddie Peralta had the ball for the finale. He has been lights out of late, and that didn't stop yesterday. Fastball Freddie tossed 6 scoreless frames, fanning a half-dozen White Sox batters on the day, giving him 39 strikeouts in his last 4 starts, and that made the offense's job a whole lot easier. Top 5 at Andrew Monasterio turns up the volume. A rocket down the 3rd baseline would score 1, and the Brew would cruise to a 7-3 win. To the Duck Pond, where the Madison Mallards hosted the Green Bay Rockers yesterday in their first playoff game since 2021. Bottom 1, and Keenan Taylor sends one almost to Beloit. What a monster moonshot. It would put the Quackers up 2-zip, but their bats went cold after that. Rockers take Game 1. Game 2 is tonight in Green Bay and is a must-win for the Mallards. That's your morning sports fix. Have an awesome week.
You too, Andrew. Still ahead why this week could be pivotal to ending the strikes in Hollywood.
And gas prices continue to go up across the country. Here's what you're paying here in Dane County and across the state. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
The Volkswagen Taos, German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Pick and Save, we invest in Wisconsin farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines with unlimited data for just $90 total.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 lines for $90 a month, plus 4 free phones. US Cellular, built for us.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
With new Scope Squeeze Mouthwash Concentrate, just add water, squeeze to control the strength of your mouthwash, and find a zone all your own. Scope Squeeze.
To give your teeth a dentist clean feeling, start with a round brush head, add power, and you've got Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth to remove 100% more plaque for a superior clean. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Intuitive sit to start and the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
Welcome back. Let's take a peek at your morning. Gwen's snapshotting this stunning Wisconsin scene.
Very foggy here, very foggy. Yeah, those crops getting a big drink of water this morning, that's for sure. We'll get the latest track on the heavy rainfall and the storms pushing through in just a moment.
But first, Shane Hogan is here with the trending story of the day.
All right, we're on strike watch, folks, because this week could be pivotal in those ongoing strikes there in Hollywood because the Writers Guild of America received a counter proposal from the major Hollywood studios that happened on Friday. And this week they are expected to respond after evaluating that offer. Now, both sides, they did return to that negotiating table working to end this strike that hit 100 days last Thursday. So this has surpassed the strike from 2007. Now, late night TV shows have not aired new episodes since May, and now it will push back that fall premiere season. So this is a good update here. The writers could make some moves this week. We will be on top of it as always. And it'll be interesting to see what the fallout is. If they do get a deal done, does that affect the actors' strike in what way? So this should be a pretty big week when it comes to the strikes here in Hollywood.
All right, thanks for the update. I can't believe it's lasted longer than that one back in 07.
Hard to believe.
Keep it here, the latest track on the storms, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on August 18th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
More shopping? You should watch your spending, honey.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Check it out. You could save $700 just by switching.
Ooh. I'll look into that. Let me put a reminder on my phone. Save $700.
Pick up Dad from airport. Oh, only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
At Bergstrom Automotive, you'll never pay above manufactured suggested retail price. That'd be like bringing a sword to a dinosaur fight. Silly. That would be silly. Yes, you'll always pay fair market price and never above MSRP. If you're tired of hearing no, join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom, for the yes.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on August 18th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
Right now, an expected announcement soon and a possible fourth indictment for former President Donald Trump. And the new text messages that are putting Trump's legal team under scrutiny.
Plus, Madison's police chief will not get the top cop spot in Chicago. His comments about staying in Madison.
And it is a rainy Monday. That rain's really coming down here. Just started heavy shortly ago. Kelly, we're in for a day of this stuff.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a first warn alert day because of the potential for some flooding, at least for some areas. Could be talking about 2 to 4 inches. That'll continue right through the evening.
An alert day on your Monday. What a way to start your work week. Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's tracking that rain this morning. Take a look at this. The belt line is a little soaked.
Yeah, it's soaked. It's going to be starting to pond on some of those roadways, so that could cause some hydroplaning. So make sure you slow down. Keep those lights on, even though the sun is coming up, because obviously with the rain coming down, you want to be able to be seen as well. Right now, we are looking at the first warn alert day today because of the potential for some flooding. 2 to 4 inches for some areas. Some of these rain showers are going to be trending over the same areas. And even though most of the rain is going to come in into the afternoon, still some of the rivers could be rising going into the evening. They're still expecting some ponding of water on some of those roads. So right now, Madison's seeing some of the moderate rain, especially on the northwest side as you head up toward Wanakee, over there towards Sauk City, seeing some moderate rain. Not a whole lot of lightning, may encounter a rumble of thunder passing through, but mostly just some moderate to occasionally some heavy downpours cruising right through the Madison area right now and extends over there toward the Wisconsin River Valley all the way down toward Dodgeville. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. Not going to move much from where they're at because of the solid area of rain throughout the morning hours. Here we are at 7:30. Moderate to occasionally some heavy downpours right through the morning hours. At 10 o'clock, still moderate rain. As we get into the mid to late afternoon hours, some of this becomes a little bit more scattered. Of course, some of the rivers still rising, and obviously the ponding of water on some of the roadways because all that rain that's going to be accumulating throughout the day. But we are looking at a wet Monday for us. Temperatures in the 60s today. Some locally heavy rainfalls throughout the morning hours, gradually tapering off as we get in the evening hours. Talk about is some improvement tomorrow coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Kelly. Back out on the Beltline this morning, we are tracking those rain showers as they come in. You see the flex lane is closed. Usually it's not open at this time of the morning. But when traffic picks up, we're going to see what kind of an impact all these heavy showers are going to have. I wouldn't think it would be very good.
Kelly was talking about the possibility for ponding along the Beltline and some of those side roads. We'll watch out for hydroplaning on your way to work today. Again, we're going to keep an eye on your morning commute. You can stay up to date on this alert day and all future weather. Flood warning, severe weather, everything you need to know before you head out in the morning. It is all over on your First Warn weather app.
In other top stories this morning, barriers are in place and extra security is at the Fulton County Courthouse in Georgia as the criminal investigation into Donald Trump enters a new week. The grand jury will look into whether the former president and his allies tried to overturn the 2020 election results. Prosecutors say they've uncovered text messages that indicate that Trump's attorneys and hired operatives tried to access voting systems to find information on fraud. Several witnesses are expected to appear tomorrow, including Georgia's former lieutenant governor and an independent journalist. Security on site says it plans on keeping a tight watch on the courthouse after receiving dozens of threats against the district attorney and other Fulton County officials.
We now know Madison's police chief is here to stay after not getting that top cop job in Chicago.
Our Shane Hogan is here now with the response from our police chief, Sean Barnes. Shane?
Yeah, Chris, that's right. Current Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes will not be getting Chicago's next police superintendent job. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson announced Sunday that Larry Snelling will take on that role. Now, we've been waiting for the announcement since Barnes was named one of the finalists for the job about a month ago. Barnes has served as Madison's chief of police since early 2021, and before that, he worked for Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability. he also still has a home in Chicago as well. Now, just hours after the news, Chief Sean Barnes released this statement saying, quote, "I feel blessed to work for the Madison Police Department. These feelings never changed even as I applied for the superintendent position in Chicago. During this process, I continued to work with our department on proactive policing and community outreach." Chief Barnes ended his statement saying this work will continue as he serves as Madison's chief of police. So as of now, no new top cop here in Madison.
All right, Shane Hogan, thanks for the update.
Continuing coverage now on the future of the Dane County Jail. Sheriff Calvin Barrett, along with members of the Dane County Board of Supervisors, talking about the state of the jail in a panel discussion last night. A reminder, funding for a new jail was already approved back in April. Multiple supervisors last night called the current conditions, though, inhumane. They took questions from the community, many of whom asked about concerns for racial disparity.
Get people involved at the grassroots, because when it comes to advocating for changes in our criminal justice system, it really takes the involvement of local citizens to speak out about what they want to see.
There will be another community forum next Sunday discussing criminal justice treatment and diversion. That starts at 6:30 and runs till 8.
Wisconsin's Department of Justice is asking to see sealed records from the Milwaukee branch of the Catholic Church. It's part of Attorney General Josh Call's investigation into sexual abuse by church leaders. According to Wisconsin Public Radio, records were sealed from public view after the Milwaukee Archdiocese filed for bankruptcy in 2011. The DOJ then just this last week filed a motion to review those sealed records and other documents related to the case. Call says access to those documents could help the DOJ file charges against additional offenders. Leaders in the Archdiocese say that asking to review sealed documents would be violating the privacy of survivors.
Looking ahead now, some good news for air travel this fall as the summer vacation season wraps up later this month. The latest data from the travel site Hopper says the average domestic trip right now right around $257. That's down 11% compared to last year. Experts say prices often drop late in the summer, but right now, cheaper prices for jet fuel and increased airline capacities are helping out. Don't expect the lower prices to last, though. They tend to climb back up again for the holiday travel season.
Developing this morning, U.S. household budgets may soon get a breather. The CME FedWatch tool says financial markets believe there's a 90% chance the central bank will hold interest rates steady next month. American families spent an average of $700 more in July compared to 2 years ago to buy the same stuff. There have been 11 interest rate hikes since March of 2022. And though more could be coming, the economy is trending in the right direction. There are some analysts who say inflation is still much higher than the Fed's goal of 2%, and more increases may still be needed in the future. Well, in our back to school coverage and our Time for Kids health segment this morning, we are talking about backpacks. Doctors say there are some important things to know so the backpack doesn't hurt your child. Their advice, the backpack should have wide padded shoulder straps. They also encourage students to use both straps to avoid strain on the neck. As far as fit goes, the bottom of the backpack should rest in the curve of the lower back. And when it comes to size, bigger is not always better.
Ideally, we want the weight of the backpack to not exceed 15% of the child's weight, just to cut down on any risk of injuring their neck or causing pain in their lower back.
Ways to cut down on the weight includes leaving what you don't need at home or at school. Another sign the backpack's too heavy is if the child's leaning forward to support all that weight. And a reminder here, time is running out to donate to our back to school supply drive. You can drop off supplies here at our News 3 Now studios or any Metcalfe's or Walgreens. You can find other details by going to channel3000.com/back-to-school.
Just about 6:38 on your Monday. Coming up after the break, long COVID reports are on the decline. What a new study says about those folks who are still suffering from the condition.
And a solid area of rain continues to spread across southern Wisconsin. We'll have the first warn alert forecast coming up.
Plus, they're on the job to keep us safe, but they can't do it without our help. The fun way you can support Madison's K9s in the 608.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts. Furniture for living. Furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
You think,
how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's being prepared for all the challenges you may face after a serious injury. It's confronting every aspect of your case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions that have earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. It's no wonder so many clients refer their own friends and family to our team of dedicated professionals year after year. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call today for a free consultation.
Your dirty vents may be telling you something. Pounds of dirt, dust, and contaminants are trapped in your air ducts. That's why you need a professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. We've been cleaning air ducts the right way for over 25 years. Our NADCA certified technicians and powerful equipment clean your entire system, extracting the dirt into our trucks, removing it from your home completely. For better indoor air quality and improved HVAC efficiency,
call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Exploring Wisconsin's vital link to the Republican Party's past, present, and future.
Ahead of the first presidential debate in Milwaukee, I'm taking you to the place in Wisconsin where the GOP got its start.
Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Experience a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, the number of people reporting long COVID is decreasing. A new study by the CDC found patients showing symptoms of long COVID declined from June 22 to January of 23, but also found 1 in 4 long COVID patients still report significant limitations to their daily activities. Overall, about 16% of COVID patients say that they have symptoms a year after catching the virus.
New data shows suicides are on the rise in America. The CDC found suicide deaths increasing 5% in 2021, another 2.6% in 22. Doctors say the nation needs to address what's becoming a growing mental health crisis. The greatest increases for suicide were among older Americans, 45 and older. Groups that saw declines include young people and Native Americans.
6:42, let's check in with Kelly Slifka. He is out on man. You hear that rain coming down.
Wow, heavier and heavier this morning.
Yeah, I think I made the mistake of riding the bike in this morning because it's going to be pretty rough throughout the morning hours. We've got just heavy downpours coming through the Madison area. In fact, as we look at the precipitation rates, we get about 1 inch per hour. Now, it's not raining for that duration that hard, but needless to say, it's coming down at a very good clip. Make sure you have the lights on even though the sun is coming up while it's raining, because you need to be seen because this rain is coming down and going to be reducing visibilities because it's coming down at a pretty good clip. You can see the northwest side of Dane County, that purple shading up there near Prairie du Sac. Over 2 inches of rain already has fallen. There's been that band of rain, anywhere between 1 and 2 inches of rain, indicated by that light blue. In the Madison area, we're picking up about 1/4 of an inch. But as you get up toward Middleton, already 1/2 to almost 3/4 of an inch of rain, what's fallen already. We still got more rain coming our way. You can kind of see where it's starting to set up shop. Basically from Platteville right through Dodgeville, up along the Wisconsin River valleys, get through Mount Horeb, up through Prairie du Sac, Sauk City area, seeing some of that heavy rain. Then on the north side of Madison, some of those oranges and reds showing up occasionally. That's why we're seeing some of the ponding of water already on the roads. Could be expecting some hydroplaning as you are headed off to work this morning. So allow some extra time. Visibilities are down, and also some of that ponding of water on the roads. So we do have a first warn alert day, all of southern Wisconsin, or at least most of southern Wisconsin, due to the potential of seeing 2 to 4 inches. And right now, it looks like that heavier band of rain is setting up on the northwest side of Madison up through the Wisconsin River Valley. This will continue through the evening. Even though most of the rain is going to be occurring through the first part of today, we'll still see some of the ponding of water on the roads, and also the rivers will start to rise because we are expecting 1 to as much as 2, 3, 4 inches of rain on the north side of Madison up into parts of Dodge County and also Jefferson County. Could be talking about 2 to 3 inches of rain. So there's definitely some heavier rain expected across here. Now, all of Wisconsin is expected to see some beneficial rains. It's just that southern Wisconsin is lined for the heaviest amounts of rain continuing right through the afternoon hours. So the rain chances mainly this morning into the early afternoon hours as you are headed home from work. Still expecting some scattered showers, but the chance of rain will start to diminish. But some of these rivers still rising because of the ongoing runoff from some of this rain. This storm system tracking right across Minnesota, right into the Badger State, spreading all that moisture and all that rain with it. So we are expecting a rainy Monday. Should start to taper off this evening. Sun returns tomorrow, and then we're talking about some summer-like temperatures later in the week. 62 in Madison right now, 62 in the Dells, 66 in Janesville. Across all of Dane County, we're all sitting in the lower 60s. 64 right now in Stoughton. Also Rockdale, Cottage Grove, 64, 63 in Middleton, where they're seeing some of that moderate rain. So as you plan your day, you're going to need this umbrella all day long because the rain will be pretty steady. Maybe need some rubber boots out here as well because already we're starting to see some of this water ponding on the roads. Temperatures in the 60s today with the showers starting to taper off as you are headed home from work. Later this afternoon, these showers should start to break up. It's still expecting some wet weather going into the evening hours, and really we'll have to wait until after midnight tonight to finally get rid of all of the rain. Down to 55 tonight, 77 tomorrow. We're back in the 80s on Wednesday. Another cold front, maybe a shower Wednesday night. Cool us down a little bit Thursday. But look at these temperatures for the weekend into early next week. Upper 80s to around 90.
Yeah, summer isn't quite over yet, Kelly.
Not yet. It's feeling like autumn today, but don't let that fool you because it will be feeling like summer this weekend.
Okay, hey, we'll keep tracking that rain. Thank you very much. 646, we are featuring a local canine and its handler this morning in the 608.
We're learning some very interesting stuff and how you can help out our canine friends who keep our neighborhoods safe. Hey there, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're talking about an opportunity to help out local law enforcement here, specifically canine officers you may have seen working hard to keep your neighborhood safe. The 8 canines at Madison Police are supported by the nonprofit Capital Canines. One of those is Canine Rocco. I had the chance to meet Canine Rocco and his handler, Officer Sarah Baseflug, a 16-year veteran of the Madison Police Department. She ran him through some tracking drills for us that you're seeing right here. Officer Baseflug says with help and support of the Capital Canines program, she's able to continue to keep Canine Rocco ready for whatever the day brings.
He doesn't have a bad day when it comes to working. He loves this job, he loves this profession, and not to say that I don't love my job and my profession, but I certainly look forward to my off days. He does not. He wants to go, he wants to work, and he also wants to be good at what he does all the time. I mean, he is very much wanting to please.
Capital Canines is a nonprofit 501c3 volunteer-run organization supporting the expansion and maintenance of the MPD Canine Unit. Since 2004, they've provided all of the funding, yes, all of the funding for the Madison Police Department Canine program, except for the officers themselves. Community fundraising supports the canine, the squad car, vet services, protective equipment, and canine safety equipment. Taxpayer funds are not used for these expenditures at all. This all comes from community fundraising. So here's where you come in. Coming up next Monday, August 21st, that's a week from today, Capital Canines is hosting their first golf outing at Lake Windsor Country Club. They are still in need of golfers for this event. There's also going to be raffles, silent auctions, and canines will be doing demonstrations to showcase their remarkable talent. So a lot going on here. Even if you can't be there that day, they're always looking for your support. You can also donate year-round. I have all of this up on channel3000.com. Pretty remarkable here, guys, that they are able to keep this going through all of the community fundraising, all of your donations at home. None of this is taxpayer based. So really interesting stuff in here. I think a lot of folks are probably learning a few things this morning.
Yeah, we certainly learned that. I would have guessed that it was taxpayer funded. And it sounds like, Josh, this is the case for police departments across the country.
You know, there is a large percentage of these agencies that are supported through the taxpayer base. Madison is one of a few of the agencies across the country that actually comes through community fundraising. amazing. But pretty interesting to see that how it differs from agency to agency. But you think of those 8 canines across the Madison Police Department. This is all community supported. So to be able to continue their hard work in the community and keeping our neighborhood safe, they need your help at home.
That makes sense. Madison, a very giving place. All right, Josh Breiter, thank you very much.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share, so reach out on social media with your idea or email him for your chance to be featured.
6:49 coming up in the morning sprint. President Biden will be in Wisconsin tomorrow, where he'll be and what he plans on talking about.
If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to help him celebrate. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The 70th Annual Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Fest is August 16th through the 20th at Angel Park. 5 days of events, live music, and loads of fresh local corn. There's fun for the whole family. Book your stay in Sun Prairie and save with the Corn Fest discount.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Skip the wait. Get your kids' glasses made the same day, only at Stanton Optical.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk makes every moment better with 50% more protein and 50% less sugar, plus a creamy taste that makes that smoothie even smoothier. Fairlife.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day, and we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
At Stanton Optical, you get great value on eye care, including contacts. Right now, get a 1-year supply of AccuView Oasis and an eye exam for only $189. Scan now to book your eye exam. Yay, technology.
The Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival returns for its 70th year. Enjoy over 80 tons of mouth-watering sweet corn, rolled in butter and lightly salted, August 19th and the 20th. Visit sunprairiecornfest.com for the full schedule and hotel discounts.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach, weeknights.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
A Trump-appointed U.S. attorney is on the special counsel leading the investigation into President Biden's son, Hunter. David Weiss will head up the case. The 5-year-long probe deals with Hunter's financial and business dealings dating back to when Joe Biden was vice president. Republicans are cheering on the special counsel appointment, saying the law can't go easy on Biden just because he's the president's son.
Just over a week ahead of the first GOP debate in Milwaukee, President Biden is headed to the state. He'll be in Milwaukee tomorrow. In an email, the White House says the president will be talking about Bidenomics and how it's investing in America to grow the economy from the middle out and the bottom up. It's unclear exactly where the president will be visiting tomorrow. It will be his second visit to the state this year.
In his 5th proclamation in 6 days, the governor of Hawaii is issuing another emergency declaration. The move lifts the disaster relief spending cap. It also gives pharmacists the ability to issue prescriptions to anybody affected who doesn't have a refill. The number of people killed is at 96 this morning. Officials say that number is likely to rise.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes will not be Chicago's next police superintendent. He is staying put in Madison for the time being. We've been waiting for the announcement ever since Barnes was named one of 3 finalists for the job a month ago. Barnes has served as Madison's chief of police since early 21. Before that, he worked for Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability.
Sheriff Calvin Barrett, along with members of the Dane County Board of Supervisors, talked about the state of the jail in a panel discussion last night. Multiple supervisors called the current conditions inhumane. Dane County did approve spending for a new jail back in April. There will be another community forum next Sunday discussing criminal justice treatment and diversion. That starts at 6:30 and runs until 8.
5 people, including a child, are dead after an explosion in Pennsylvania. Take a look at the damage. The blast in the Pittsburgh suburb of Plum destroyed 3 homes and damaged 12 others. Fire officials on scene say that it could take several years to determine the cause.
A U.S. Marine is charged with sexual assault of a minor this morning. Police previously questioned the Marine after they found a 14-year-old girl at Camp Pendleton Base in California in late June. A spokesperson for the base says the command will review all charges and evidence to decide whether the case should move forward in a military court. There's a preliminary hearing scheduled for the 17th.
Federal investigators are looking into a jet crash at a Michigan air show. The plane hit apartments and empty cars without anyone getting hurt. 2 people inside the plane ejected Sunday afternoon during thunder over Michigan, splashing down in a lake without serious injuries.
There is a 90% chance interest rates don't go up next month. That's according to the CME FedWatch tool. This is households in the U.S. are paying about $700 more for the same stuff they bought 2 years ago at a cheaper price. There have been 11 interest rate hikes since March of 2022.
All right, morning, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We do have a first warn alert day due to the potential of not severe weather. We are expecting some heavier rain, maybe 2 to 4 inches for some locations going into the afternoon hours. And pretty solid area of rain right now over Madison. Generally light to moderate, but as you get into the northwest side of Madison, Dane County up toward Sauk City, we are seeing moderate to occasionally heavy rain. That seems to be the heaviest band extending all the way down toward Platteville. We do have a flood watch in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. Most of the rain coming in during the morning hours into the early afternoon hours, but some of these rivers continuing to rise as some of this runoff will continue. So solid area of rain through the early afternoon hours. It starts to become a little bit more scattered as you are headed home from work. Temperatures only in the 60s today, so count on a wet Monday for us and rather chilly. It will be cool tonight as well with that first warn alert day today. 77 tomorrow, but looks like summer will return by the weekend.
We're going to keep an eye on your morning commute, the rain chances for the rest of the morning and the day. Stay with us for another update in half an hour.